Jamie.
So cactus is cacti.
Do you want me to run it back, Jamie?
Please don't.
Platypus.
I'll just pretend like I'm saying this for the first time. So I just Googled.
I'm sorry, Atkins. We don't have your
Would be like
audio
deer.
anymore.
The word is the plural and the singular.
Jamie he's cutting my mic.
The camera.
I bet you that's what it is. It's like deer and sheep. The penis were arranged in a row or something. Like the deer are arranged. It's
I
not
think
deer.
it's.
It's not sheep's.
You talk about like in the original Latin? Because like in English, it's just you add an es to the end of that.
To what?
To penis. It'd be penises. Yeah.
Penises?
Now people know what I was Googling right before we went live. Jeez.
I am truly curious now what the plural for penis is.
He just told you. It has an ES at the end.
I don't think it does. I think it's
I
peanut.
do.
Come for the D&D.
It's definitely
stay for
not
the educational
peanut.
content.
Why is it definitely not?
Because that's ludicrous.
Now, Matt and I both have questionable search
It can be
histories.
either penises or penis, P-E-N-E-S, which is
So
the
you
Latin
were wrong
word.
both times.
Both are correct, though penises is more commonly used in modern English.
Yeah, because that makes sense.
Jamie, did you put a filter
Cactus
on
and octopus
your
have a
light, or
US
are
at
you
the
blushing?
Hmm?
I said, did you put a red filter on your light, or are you blushing over there with all this talk of peenies?
I'm just waiting.
What you waiting for?
I have no idea, but I'm sure there'll be something eventually.
Us to grow up.
I do look a little red in this, don't I?
You do. You look
You
a
do,
little
yeah. You look flushed.
pink. You got a fever? Are you sick?
I don't think so.
Okay. Everybody's sick.
I'm a little warm. I should have taken the sweater off.
Still can.
Yeah.
If you give Matt your symptoms, he'll Google them, give you a
Yeah.
diagnosis.
No,
You
I don't do
faith in your
medical.
healthcare provider.
I can Google it and still not know what I'm looking at. Forget that. I don't do medical. But I did prescribe cough drops to a patient last week.
Wow.
So
Like written
It's-
script?
well,
Look at this guy over here.
it's computer.
Yeah.
What's the meme with Green Goblin? I'm somewhat of a scientist myself.
Yeah.
Somewhat of a medical myself. I prescribed cough drops.
I've been feeling that way too as I'm working my way through this material. I'm like, I know things now. Really, the magic really was that the first chapter was all about prefix, suffix, and root words in medical terminology.
That's all medical is.
That makes everything so easy.
Yeah.
I had no idea. I mean, mostly because I wasn't paying any attention. I never took an anatomy course. I stayed away from biology. So, I mean, if I had any exposure, and I wish that when I was in high school, that I had the opportunity to take a Latin class. One of the local schools here has it. Because that would be
before I got there. The Latin teacher retired by the time I got there, so I think he taught something else. He just happened to be really good at Latin or something, but wasn't available. We barely had English.
A lot of Latin, a little bit of Greek terminology in the medical stuff.
We had Spanish and French. English.
That's what you took?
We had it. I took Spanish in high school, not French. I took we had my grammar school or primary school or whatever y'all call it. Teachers is from Puerto Rico, fluent in Spanish, so they had her teaching a Spanish class. So I had Spanish 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th grade, and 2 years in college, and I could not hold a conversation in Spanish to save my life unless it was un cerveza por favor.
Yeah. Did I tell you guys the story
Donde
about
está
going?
el baño? I do know that one. Where's the bathroom?
Did I tell you guys about going to Haiti and asking the translator how to say like 2 or 3 phrases in Creole? Because Creole is French based, and I was trained in Spanish in high school and in college. So I said, "There's really only a couple phrases that I want to know how to say." One of them is, "I would like a beer." So I've long since lost this knowledge because it's been a decade probably since I've gone. But I want to know how to ask for a beer, and I said, I also want to know how to say, "I know what you just said" in Creole. And he looked at me funny, and I was like, I am suspicious that everybody is talking about me everywhere that I go in a language that I don't understand. And so if I say that in a language that they do understand, it will stop. And he thought that that was hilarious. I was also the first white person ever at a little township village on the top of a mountain called Baraday. I knew that two different ways because one, I was told later that I was the first white person that had ever been up there, and two, when I got there, I was a spectacle. Like a church service came to a screeching halt when I crested the hill first. It was fun.
I know how to say "I'm lost" in French. I learned that. My brother and I went to Europe long time ago, and I just wanted to be able. And we spent most of our time, about a quarter of the time, in Paris. And so I just wanted to be able to say, "Yo me say." Oh shoot, I forgot. It's been a while.
Uh-oh.
Me swear, "Pe perdu" or something like that. Perdu means lost. So just go perdu.
Yeah.
Hopefully, they'll go. I speak English because they all did.
Yeah. BA is the only word in Creole that I remember, and it's the word for beer. It was the most important word.
Ein Bier bitte. German. That's it.
Yeah. I learned how to say it with and without a question mark. Question mark was, "Do you have?" And then the statement, the one with the period, was when somebody else, when one of the Haitians was like, "Would you like a beer?" I would just say, "Beer, BA." Yep. Can't remember the name. They had from Haiti brand of beer that I cannot remember the name of. But I drank a mess load of it while I was down there.
I had a couple of
That's
phrases in
Probably
Japanese.
why I can't remember the name of it. Let's see, Haitian beer. Prestige. How can I forget? Prestige is just a lager, but it beat drinking the water, let me tell you.
The only place I've spent any significant time out of the U.S. is in Cameroon. And they have 2 official languages, French and English.
Hmm.
So we were in Douala, and we went looking for a nice place to eat. It ended up being a French restaurant, and they had some unusual cuisines. Let's see, porcupine was on the menu, python, which is just, like rattlesnake, that I'd had before. Porcupine tasted like ham. So, like a little pig.
Interesting.
Yeah. And then they had, let's see, what was the other 2?
I mean, it's right in the name. It says pork right at the beginning.
Yeah.
Of course
Right.
it tastes like ham.
I mean,
Does
it makes.
guinea pig taste like ham?
Huh?
Does guinea pig taste like ham? I guess it would.
Haven't tried that.
Oh.
Man, I don't remember what the third one was, but the fourth one was iguana.
Tastes like chicken.
It was a little more gamey, more kind of squirrel-like.
My frog leg.
Did you get the
Squirrel has a
sampler
taste.
platter of foreign
It
meats?
does.
Is that what you're...
No, I ordered the iguana. It was iguana and black sauce.
What's the plural for iguana?
Unknown.
I think that one is
Iguanas.
plural already.
Iguana. Ooh, pine.
That's a pasta. Anyway, they
Soy sauce.
it's funny because I mean that's on the well, not quite on the other side of the world, a quarter of the way around the world, I guess. And I was here in Knoxville in a job, and they hired a guy who was from one of the towns that we stopped at and spent the night at.
Cool.
And I asked him, I was like, "Oh, you're from Cameroon? Where?" And he said, "Bamenda." And I was like, "Oh, I've been there. I've slept in the Skyline Hotel in Bamenda." And he's like, "I know where that is." Really funny. That was
Yes.
at least 20 years ago, probably 23.
Most of the sleeping that I did in Haiti was on dirt floors and questionable buildings. But we did stay in a hotel in Port-au-Prince once. It was interesting and also very scary. Port-au-Prince was a very scary place to be.
Yeah.
I think it's only gotten worse.
Met an older guy on the train going from somewhere to somewhere, and just trying to talk to him. He didn't speak a lick of English, and we didn't speak a lick of whatever he spoke. And he finally just said he's from Deutschland, right? Which 19-year-old me was like, oh, I started looking up Dutch.
Yeah.
Trying to talk to him. I'm saying
German.
words out of the dictionary, and he's just like looking at me like, I don't know. I'm like, why doesn't this guy understand Dutch? My brother's like, Deutschland is Germany, Matt. I'm like, oh, German. So it's a learning experience.
I think
That's a good story.
Haiti's the only. I think Haiti's the only place that I've been where there was a language barrier of any kind. I don't really like traveling, so I'm not in a hurry to spend a long time getting to a place that I can't meaningfully communicate well. It's just not a big draw for me. I mean, Minnesota was hard enough.
Don't you know?
Go to Boston or Boston. I cannot wait. I was supposed to go. I can't wait to start traveling again.
Alma, what's the furthest away from home you've been? Alma,
London.
Rachel.
I understood. I think probably London.
Okay.
I would love to go to London.
Yeah, it was cool, but I was young. I haven't really traveled anywhere significant in my adult life.
That's okay. I haven't been anywhere significant since Cameroon, and that was, like I said, 23 years ago.
Yeah.
Ish.
It was a really memorable trip though. I was in band in high school and we got to play like the New Year's Day parade
Oh, yeah?
in London, which was like a international broadcast on BBC. So
Ooh,
it's kind of cool.
it's very cool.
Yeah.
Mike just messaged us and said he is not going to be able to make it today.
Aw.
Oh, no, Mike Bryan.
Yeah, said looks like I'm out for the week, y'all. Sorry for the late notice.
It just means that we can talk about peonies for as long as we want.
I mean, he literally like is working when he plays most of the time. So
Yeah,
I'm surprised this doesn't happen more often, to be completely honest.
me too.
Well, let's just talk about penis.
I know that's what Jamie
not
wants to do.
entertained.
Well, nobody's in the thing chat room. Shoot,
Just me and Jamie, probably.
nobody said anything.
It's 2.
Yeah, I'm lurking because I'm salty that Jamie typed in first before I did. So now I refuse to say anything.
That'll teach me.
Good on a podcast.
He didn't even do it right. You're supposed to say first, not first.
That's funny. I keep. Yeah.
Man, we're really gonna bum out that new guy too, or new person in the Discord. Nouveau jour.
I think they said they wouldn't be able to join anyway.
Yeah, but they were excited to. They were like, yeah, they said they couldn't do the streams on Mondays, but they were looking for episodes. How many episodes are up on YouTube anyway? Do all of the ones
All
that
of
we
them.
do on Twitch go over there?
Yeah, everything on YouTube's up.
Okay.
Everything we've done is up on YouTube. As far as the podcast goes, I think we're like 20 behind. I'm 20 behind. I get in the mode and I do about 5 of them, and then something pulls me away, and then 2 months later, I'm like, oh, I should probably do some of these.
It's okay. It happens.
Well, did we have anything scheduled off next week? Was somebody out next week? I don't remember.
Mm-mm.
No.
I'm good for the 13th.
13th. Okay.
I should be good. On the 12th, I'm actually GMing a game for another streamer.
Oh, cool. What are you playing?
5th edition, but an AI generated adventure.
Oh, interesting.
I've
I
been,
think that's
yeah,
pretty good, actually. I use AI to help. I don't generate the adventure with AI, but I use it to basically like a sounding board.
Yeah.
You know, I want to do this, and it does this. I'm like, oh, that's kind of a good idea. Let me do this instead. And
Yeah.
it throws another idea. So it's, it's like collaborating with nobody.
it's
I never thought about that.
it's interesting because you can ask, give me ideas for such and such, and then you're like, oh, I like that one. Can we do this? It's kind of like that, and then back and forth, and you can work your way into the idea that you're looking for, and that's what I use it for sometimes. And that's I said, like, give me 5 NPCs that are varied in nature and have personalities and a reason to dislike the host of the party. And it's like, and it's like, okay, sweet. Names, titles, descriptions.
The other thing that's interesting you can do is, you may know this already, but if you tell it, well, actually, Rachel, you're the one that taught me to do this. Add to memory. If you create a whole new chat and then create a story and continue to add to memory and then adjust the memory and then say, I'd like to continue the story, it remembers what you did and then it kind of helps tie everything back in. I pay for ChatGPT. I use it daily. I use it all the time. I talk to it more than a human, I think.
I should pay for it. It's the cool thing about it is it can be an expert in a subject. It can act like an expert. So you say, okay, I need to know, what might, I can't even remember what sort of things I was looking for, but I was recently found out I have celiac, so I was like, oh, how can I change? I found a recipe and I copied it into GPT, and I said, eliminate the gluten, and it changed it, and I was like, sweet.
That's cool.
It's pretty cool sometimes, but I have caught it like in a couple of like kind of weird like things. Like you kind of have to take it with a grain of salt.
Yeah.
Like
It's
I was
wrong
like,
a lot.
yeah, like it's like really small specific stuff it'll get wrong,
Mm-hmm.
and then when you ask it about it, it's like, oops, sorry, and it's like, well, why did you do that? And it's like, well, we all make mistakes. It's like, no, well, like I've been doing this, or I've started this like reading challenge, and so I was like using it kind of as a soundboard to get some book recommendations, and one of the prompts is to like read a book that's recommended by an AI bot. So it was like give it a couple of your favorite books or books that you like reading, and it'll suggest some books to you, and you just pick one of those and read it. And it actually suggested something that I wanted to read and already had, so I was like, okay, I'll pick that one. And then I started kind of using it for other prompts, and it completely made up a book by one of my favorite authors.
Whoa.
Yeah, it was one of the prompts was to read a book that has to do with something that's on your bucket list, And so mine was like traveling to Ireland or Scotland, and it made up a book by one of my favorite authors where a woman travels to Ireland by herself. And I looked it up and I was like, that doesn't exist. And they were like, oh, sorry. They didn't even give a reason. I was like, why did you do that? And they were like, well, everybody can
I'm
make
an AI.
mistakes. Yeah. So I was like that, and then I turned it off. I was like, I'm out of here. It made me really uncomfortable, so I just cut it off. I was like, I'll
I've
come back
used
to
it.
this another time.
I've used it for this game to because the way this thing's written, it was written by different authors, individual adventures, and they try to tie them together. And often they do a very bad job. So I
Yeah.
use it a lot to try to tie the story together to where it at least flows a little better. And it's funny because I'll type in there because you do a Google search and it will AI is now my Google. I don't even go anywhere. I look on. I say, hey, search the internet for da 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 da, and it gives me links and all kinds of stuff. But I forgot exactly how it went, but I think I said, well, give me the synopsis of the next adventure, and then give me an idea how to tie this where they are now to the next step. And it went just blah, like it just started pouring crap out. It made up every single bit about the next adventure. It didn't look it up. It was just making shit up. Like it had nothing to do with the written adventure. I'm like, what is this? Well, this is the adventure of this. I'm like, did you just make this up? Yes, you wanted some information. I'm like, ugh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Got to be careful.
Yeah.
You
There's
can
a-
always. Oh, go ahead.
Well, this friend of mine, Jason, which I think two of you, I don't know. I know you know him, Rachel. He was showing me this thing, like a meme about AI dividing. It was you ask AI which is bigger, 0.3 or 0.12.
Yeah, it can't do fractions.
Yeah, and it said 0.12, and I posted that. I put that in there, and it said 0.12 is bigger. And I said, how is this bigger? And then when you ask it, it corrects itself. It's like, oh well, it's no. It said it's bigger because, and then I said, how are you getting this wrong? And then what you said my algorithm has a difficulty with doing fractions.
Yeah, you can also ask it how many R's are in the word strawberry, and it will tell you 2.
3.
I'm just telling
There's
you.
3.
Yeah, I know that there's 3. I understand that, but I'm saying the
That's
AI will
counting
tell
them.
you that there's 2.
I had to. It's that straw. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
what her job. Well, I was.
I mean, it doesn't actually throw anyone off. It throws an AI bot off.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
Oh.
Oh.
I was doing this thing. A friend of mine, we look for words that have like 2 letters in consecutive, like WO, and then just start spouting those out. So I started cheating, going on Google or AI. I'm like, all right, give me 10 words that have the letters WO consecutively in it, in that order, go. And it's like pyramid, dog. I mean, like all this crap. I'm like, what are you doing? Like this has nothing even remotely close to what I wanted. I have trouble. It doesn't actually read language. It reads. It didn't quite explain it completely, but it doesn't look at words. It looks at sentence context or sentence structure to determine letters or something like that. It was really odd. But it kept on. The biggest thing it kept on doing was OW instead of WO, like cow, wow, or well, wow works, but it would do OW like a whole lot. I said, should I just ask you to look for OW words and get WO words instead? I'm an asshole to AI. I really am.
You better be careful with that.
You're going to be the
trouble.
reason that it
Over.
Yeah.
I always say please and thank you, just in case.
I tell it not to thank me, not to tell me I'm correct. I say, tell me what I want to know and don't give me all the fluff. I don't need validation from a computer.
I've seen some let's see if I could find it. There's posts on Reddit about prompt changes, and so you can you can tell it how you want it to present information to you.
Correctly.
Well, yeah.
Yeah. Don't make up stuff that I want to read by my
I
favorite
had to
author.
tell it that. I said, if you don't know, because it was back to that. I'm sorry, Jamie,
No,
but it
you're
was
fine.
back to
You're
that
fine.
OWWO thing. And I'd say 10 words and like 3 of them be accurate. I'm like, all right, I would rather you just give me 3 words if 7 of them are going to be wrong. Like, don't give me wrong answers. Just tell me I don't have an answer. This is what I have. And they started doing that. Wrong. It's still getting like 6. It was still getting 2 out of 3 words wrong. It's weird.
Oh,
So
yeah.
weird.
I was trying to find what I had seen, but there's people that have figured out some very handy ways of modifying the prompt. I may have to look it up.
Sounds like the nerdiest band ever.
Modifying the prompt.
It's a good name, but nerdy name.
Yep. I did one time. I said I want to run an adventure as if you were the GM and I was the player, you know. And it was like, oh, okay, you know. And it started asking me like the text-based games. It said things like, oh, what would you like to do? You know, sort of, you know, it set up a scenario and gave me some information. So,
You're using an AI to play a mud.
yeah.
Jeez. Full circle.
Yeah. I thought it was pretty funny. It led me into some moral like corners though. It was like you have to decide, you know, do you want to attack this animal or try to you know, it's like it presented it as some sort of predator type thing, and it's like, well, I'd like to try to communicate with it. It's like, oh, and it immediately, it immediately changed. It's like, oh, it walks up to you and sniffs your hand, and I was like, uh-huh. Yep.
He goes, licks his chops. Tasty.
Tastes like chicken.
Well, ladies and gents, I'm going to call it. I guess I'm going to go play Valheim.
You're gonna go yell at AI.
No. Or I haven't talked to AI today.
I have a fun one for you. There's a prompt that says, based on what you know about me, draw me a picture of what you think my current life looks like. You put that in there, and it will generate an image. You know, like so for me, it generated.
I'll do it right now.
Yeah, it generated a desk, and the desk actually had the drawers that I use on one side, and
Will you say it again?
Yeah.
Here, I'll copy it into Discord.
I'm so scared. It always reads me for filth.
It always what?
What?
Reads me for filth. Like it I don't know how to explain that.
Okay, I put it in there, but
What the words you're saying? Reads me for filth?
Yeah, like it like when somebody makes an extremely accurate assessment of you, and sometimes it's negative.
Oh.
But yeah, it had a desk with like a wide monitor and then a big screen over top, which I don't have, and then a bookcase with just tons of books and stuff on the walls. So, yeah, I was like, that's pretty good. And it had a rowing machine, because I've been using it to track my exercises.
I'm not giving the machines any inroads to my weaknesses.
It's got you already.
Oh, mine looks cute. All right, hang on, I'll share it.
Yeah.
I will say this: there's a small group of people that I've been friends with for a very long time, decades, and they know exactly how to kill me, or to just watch me die in certain situations. So they know, for instance, that like I struggle and this is such a weird thing to be true, but it just is. I struggle to eat in the dark if I can't see what I'm putting in my mouth. It's not a mechanical thing. It's I can bring the food to my face and put it in my mouth, but mentally I cannot bring myself to eat something that I cannot see.
I'm that way too.
Um,
I don't like to eat in the dark.
yeah. So they're like, one way to kill Mike is to just put him in a dark space. Even if he's surrounded by food, he will die. Like, I don't know that that's accurate, but it would be stressful.
I kind of feel like my picture should have a dragon flying outside of it, though. I do D&D stuff with this thing all the time, but
Well, yours to me seems like very medical, so it's
well,
kinda
yeah,
sterile.
because I use it for work a lot for like charting and
Yeah, mine's got a bunch of code on all the screens. So I asked
Yeah,
it
I'm
to
trying to read
it's a nice.
what Matt's poster says. It says psychiatric mental health practitioner self.
It's trying to say practitioner, I think.
I
It
think
looks like-
so too.
Like it has a lisp.
Yeah.
Practitioner.
Yours is awesome,
You're
Rachel.
like an adorable 4-year-old. Do what?
I was to say, Rachel, yours is cute.
It's really cozy,
It's
isn't
got the
it?
puppy.
Yeah.
It's got the painting supplies. A nice little 35 millimeter there.
I know.
Yeah,
I'm
sewing
surprised
machine,
actually.
brushes.
Well, what's funny is like if you guys could see my lamp, it looks exactly like that
Does
lamp.
it? Yeah.
The lamp that I'm using to like light. That's my reading lamp.
Excellent.
Neither
great.
neither one of you guys are in your picture though.
Uh-uh.
Your dog is.
It's a cute dog too. It doesn't
Yeah.
like standing.
God, I like that setup though. That's almost exactly what I'd like to have.
On my
Yeah.
desk, yeah.
Mhm.
I've had that set up. The monitor above is not convenient.
It's not.
It's not because when you start looking up for a long period of time, it gets it's I could feel my neck hurting.
I would see that one
Jamie-
as being my TV or like streaming background stuff, not actual data or
Yeah, that's
know,
that's
something
what I
else
ended up using it for when we weren't, because I used it for streaming mostly, but I would put videos or music or whatever up there.
It also kind of looks like Jamie has a couple of bottles of that Prestige Haitian beer on the right side of his desk.
I was gonna ask if that was hot sauce.
That would be closer, yeah, because I do consume a lot of Cholula.
Oh, I love
man.
Cholula.
Jamie.
It looks like you have a
Oh, yeah.
bong on your shelf too.
It does, the little orange thing. Okay,
Yeah.
Jamie, for Christmas, I went to Kroger hoping desperately that I could find more of this, but Cholula apparently has released a version that's like made with real, like agave tequila, and it is amazing if you ever see it.
Interesting.
Yes, my Kroger doesn't sell it. It has like the chili garlic version and the regular version and maybe one more. But the dude, that I don't know if it's limited edition or what. My parents didn't tell me where they got it from. I feel like they're being withholding by not telling me. But it is phenomenal.
Oh, the Reserva tequila and
Yep.
and lime.
That's
Looks like,
it.
Looks like Fresh Market here has it.
Oh, I didn't think we have a.
If you go to the
Oh, Fresh
Cholula
Market.
site, there's a button that says where to buy.
Find it here. I'm gonna have to get me some more of that. I mean, I could drink that sauce. It is so good.
They have a 7 count like small bottle for sale on their site, and it popped up on my Facebook feed, and I immediately clicked on it. But I didn't keep it. I gave it as a gift. I should have kept it.
Yeah, I haven't had the sweet habanero kind either. I bet I'd like that.
I just get the regular Cholula.
And I've had chili garlic, but not chili lime. So I'm gonna have to keep an eye out for that one too. But the tequila one is so good.
Is it the bomb diggity?
Yes. I mean, like I
It's so
I've
so
just-
natural you saying that. Is it the bomb diggity?
dude, they even give you like little recipes for the specific they have a spicy pineapple mezcal margarita that uses the the tequila lime one.
Interesting.
Tequila and lime halibut ceviche. So
Ooh.
fancy. That's so fancy. When you read it, you have to put your pinky up in the air. It's just the rule. But yeah. If you see it, buy it, and if you dislike it, I will pay to the penny for it with plus shipping to just take it from you.
I'm sure you could order it, because I ordered that sampler and it showed up very, very well packed. Actually, I was pretty impressed.
I'm just trying to make it no risk to you to try.
Oh, I'll
tequila one.
as long as there's as long as I can eat what's in it, it'll go.
So good.
I've had to fight that urge lately.
Yeah.
Hang on. FODMAP. You heard of the FODMAP diet, Jamie?
FODMAP.
FODMAP. Look that up. It's for Crohn's, IBS, things like that. It's low gluten. It literally changed my mom's life from like waterfalls of diarrhea to normal life. So
yeah, awesome.
Very descriptive.
It's kind of limited, but
I mean,
it keeps your gut straight.
Yeah.
Are we still streaming?
Yes. We should say bye.
Yeah.
We'll see.
I mean,
we'll
I
see
don't
you next
mind.
week. It's fine. All right. See you guys next week.